Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real English Bites, and welcome to day 12 of our 30-day Real English Challenge. Today, we're talking about real, everyday English, the kind of conversations native speakers have every single day. And this time, we're not just teaching you how to ask questions, we're also going to show you how to answer them naturally.
Exactly. Because knowing the question isn't enough. If someone asks you something, you need a natural answer too. So today, you'll learn both.
Let's start with one of the most common questions. Instead of, "How are you?" try this. "How's your day been so far?" Now, how could you answer? You could say, "It's been pretty good so far." Or, "Not bad. It's been a busy day." Both sound very natural.
How's your day been so far? Pretty good, actually. I've been busy, but I can't complain.
I love that answer. I can't complain. Native speakers use it all the time. It doesn't mean life is perfect. It simply means things are going okay.
Let's repeat it. I can't complain. Again, I can't complain. Great.
Here's another great question. Been up to anything fun lately?
Been up to anything fun lately?
Here are a few natural answers. Yeah, I finally started hiking again. Or, nothing too exciting. I've mostly been working. Notice, both sound conversational.
Been up to anything fun lately? Actually, yeah. I went on a little road trip last weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Now here's another question I hear all the time. What's been keeping you busy lately?
What's been keeping you busy lately?
You could answer like this. Work's been keeping me pretty busy. Or, I've been working on a couple of new projects. Or even, I've had a lot going on lately. All three are extremely natural.
What's been keeping you busy? Honestly, I've had a lot going on lately. I've barely had time to relax.
That's another expression worth learning. I've had a lot going on. It simply means, my life's been really busy. You'll hear this everywhere.
Let's practice. I've had a lot going on. Again, I've had a lot going on. Perfect.
Okay, now let's move on to one of the best conversation starters in English. Guess what?
Guess what? What? I finally got tickets to the concert. No way. That's awesome. And that's exactly how real conversations naturally flow.
Okay. You've asked a question, and you've gotten an answer. Now what? This is where real conversations begin.
Exactly. Native speakers don't just move on, they react. For example, someone says, "I've been really busy lately." A natural response is, "I can imagine."
I've had a lot going on lately. Yeah, I can imagine.
I can imagine is a great way to show empathy. You understand without making the conversation awkward.
Now, let's learn another expression that keeps conversations moving. How come?
I love this one. How come simply means why.
but it sounds much more casual. And you'll hear it all the time.
I haven't been sleeping much lately. Oh, how come?
Notice, nobody said why. How come feels warmer and more conversational.
Here's another great one. No way.
Native speakers use this constantly. Not because something is impossible, but because they're genuinely surprised.
Guess what? I met my favorite actor yesterday. No way! Seriously?
See how natural that sounds? No way! Seriously? Those are real reactions. Much more natural than saying, I'm very surprised.
Let's learn another expression. That's wild.
This one has become really common. If someone tells you an unusual story, you can simply say, that's wild.
Our flight got canceled twice in one day. Wow, that's wild.
Let's repeat it. That's wild. Again, that's wild. Perfect.
Now, imagine you're trying to remember something. Instead of saying, I don't know, try this.
Off the top of my head. This means I'm answering without thinking too much. It's incredibly common.
Off the top of my head. I'd say Tokyo, but I'm not completely sure.
Awesome. So now you've learned how native speakers react naturally. Ask follow-up questions, show surprise, and even buy themselves a little time to think. Next, we'll learn how to politely disagree, change the topic, and wrap up a conversation like a native.
All right. Let's talk about something people do all the time. They disagree, but they don't always say, I disagree.
Exactly. Here's a much more natural expression. I'm not so sure about that. It softens your opinion. It sounds friendly, not confrontational.
I think we should leave at 5. I'm not so sure about that. Traffic's usually terrible around then.
Let's repeat it. I'm not so sure about that. Again. I'm not so sure about that.
Here's another one. Don't get me wrong.
I use this one all the time. It means, please don't misunderstand me. You're preparing the other person for a different opinion.
Don't get me wrong. I really like the restaurant. I just think it's a little overpriced.
Notice, Alex isn't criticizing. He's softening his opinion. That's exactly how native speakers often disagree.
Okay, now let's change the subject naturally.
One of the easiest ways is speaking of. For example, speaking of coffee, have you tried that new cafe downtown?
Another great one is, that reminds me. Native speakers use this constantly. especially when one topic makes them think of another.
That reminds me. I still need to book my flight for next month.
Let's practice both. Speaking of. Again. Speaking of. Now. That reminds me. Excellent.
Now, let's wrap up the conversation naturally.
Instead of saying goodbye, native speakers often say, I should get going. Or, I'd better get going.
This was fun, but I'd better get going. I've got an early meeting tomorrow.
And here are two more expressions you'll hear all the time. Take it easy and have a good one. They're casual, friendly, and very American. All right. Take it easy. Have a good one. See you soon. Let's do one final review. Today, you learned how to start conversations, answer naturally, react like a native, keep the conversation going, change the topic, and end a conversation smoothly. That's exactly how everyday English works.
Awesome job. Don't try to memorize all of these expressions at once. Instead, pick 3 or 4 and start using them in real conversations this week. That's how you'll build natural English. Thanks for spending time with us here at Real English Bites. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep it real. Bye, everyone.